Hi, welcome to Ravenbeak Nature Works. I'm Jamie McDonald, and today is October the 12th. And today I've got a couple batches of yew staves here. So this wood is all real nice, tight-grained old growth from the west coast of Canada. This wood's been down about 5 years. It's been outside on my racks for about 4, and it's been in the shop for another year. So this is real dry, ready to work. And I get a lot of interest for the real long, straightest wood we can find for warbows. So I put together a batch today, so there should be some nice heavy bow wood in here. So yeah, we'll hop in, we'll take a look. And just one point of note, my family here, we're taking off on a little trip, so this will be the last batch of wood before Christmas for this year. So let's hop in and we'll take a look. Up first, we got stave A, nice and straight. You can get a nice straight run out of that. It's got a little bit of reflex to it. Real nice grain. It's long, currently 83 inches, and nice low crown, and real clean. Maybe one tiny knot out towards the one tip, but super clean piece of wood. Nice look at the heartwood sapwood. And yeah, a little bit of reflex, which is so rare in the yew staves, I find. So that is stave A, 83 inch, and that is $3.25 Canadian. All prices Canadian dollars. So we're sitting, I think we're about 75 cents or so to the US dollar. Up next, we got stave B, again, 83 inch. Super long, super straight, pipe straight. Real nice piece of wood. So we look down the back here. Not off to the left, but I think there's still lots of room to get around that one. Not off, way off to the left, way off to the right. So I think a pretty clean run down the middle. I think there's some nice big Warbow wood in here. So that's B, 83 inch, that's 300. And C, 75 inch, super straight and super straight. Nice tight grain and a real clean back on this one. A little bit of a little step up bump where there was a little swell off to the right there, but nice straight grain, super clean. So that is C, 75 inch, that's 300, and D, we are 80 inches long, sort of full Warbow length, real flat crown, super, super tight grain, nice tight sapwood. It's always hard to show on camera. And then the back, real clean back, a little bit of undulations, but super, super clean. Not way off to the left, that'll come out pretty quick. So I think there's a nice heavy one in there. That is D, 80 inch, 300, and E, 79 inch, super straight, hint of reflex, but basically straight. Again, nice tight grain. So bigger tree, real flat crown to it. As we loop down the back, tiny little knot, one limb here, one off to the right there. And that all looks pretty clean. So depending on where the bow gets laid out, you could avoid possibly one of those. But again, nice chunk of wood, super dry, super straight. So that's E, 79 inch, that's 300, and F, full 80 inch long. 80 is what I cut my 32 inch warbows to. So you can get 32 inch out of that or anything under. So again, super, super straight and straight. Nice big chunk of wood. Real smooth bark. I think you're gonna get a nice run out of there. So big chunk of wood, lots to play with. That is F, 80 inches, that's 300. And G, this one must have snuck through, left it a bit long, so it's currently sitting at 89 inch. So big chunk of wood, super straight, possibly a gentle sweep off to the right, so maybe a heat bend for alignment. And yeah, pretty clean, little tiny pin knot here, tiny little pin knot cluster here, and then it cleans right up down the run. So beautiful color, nice tight sapwood. So a couple little pin knots, nothing major in any sense. So that's G, 89 inches, 275. I can cut these down if you don't want the full length. We can cut down and save a little bit on shipping. But I like to leave them long, keep our options open. So up next we have H, currently sitting at a full 80 inches. Pretty straight, maybe a hint of sweep, maybe alignment. Sometimes it's hard to tell till you get a string on them, start laying them out. And pretty straight, just the tiniest hint of deflex, but barely, if any. So as we fly down the end here, little tiny drying check off of this. So we might drop an inch, so maybe a 79. Nice and wide and super clean back. And then I think there's room right up the middle there. I see knot off to the left and the right, but I think there's room just to squeeze right up the middle there. So that's H, 80 inch, that's 275. And I, 76 inch long. So 76 is what I cut my 30 inch draw longbows to. So easily 30, you can stretch it a bit. I'm sure you could push it to 31. So I is currently 76 inches long. And I've got a little tiny knot off the left there. I marked this one out. And a little tiny knot up there. And then a super clean tip out there. So again, as clean as possible. A couple tiny ones, but nothing major. So lots of options. That is I, 76 inch. That's 275 Canadian. And J, 78 inches long. I think you can get something nice and straight out of here. Nice and straight. It's got real dark heartwood, which I just like. Once these are done and sanded up, they just look stunning. So the narrower end here, again, we're squeaking right up through the middle here. Should be lots of room. Just past this guy. And then this one, there was a big old knot off the left I trimmed, and I think I measured 80 inches up to here. So the actual, probably 80, 84, but I think you could get a full 80 out of that. So, oh no, sorry, 78. Sorry. J, 78 inch. My mistake, and that's 275. And K, this one's 80 inches long. Super straight. Pretty straight, just a hint of deflex to it. Just a hint of deflex. So as we fly down, tiny little knot here. But quite a nice, smooth, clean back to it. So I think there's a nice bow in that one too. That is K, 80 inch. That's 275. And the last one for this video, we have L. L's an interesting one. It's got a little bit of propeller twist to it, but not a lot. But it's got a beautiful, gentle reflex through it. So working this, I would take my bow tip right over here off the right, and bow tip off the left, straighten it up a bit. But I think we could get a nice, pretty straight run out of there. Possibly some heat for alignment, but beautiful reflex to play with. So a little more challenging, but huge potential. And that's L, 80 inches, and a super clean back. Down the full length, that guy. So that is L, nice reflex, 80 inch, and that's 275. So that's it for our first batch here. Some real nice wood. I know I get a lot of interest for these long ones, building heavy bows, and I don't often sell a ton of them, so thought I'd put this out. I'm going to follow up with another video here, but thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.